Hello, everybody. We're just vibrating with excitement over here. Tanya Powell, Adventures for Connection, Conscious Connector, here to help you be the best version of yourself you can be. All the peeps should be coming over. We do have some people over watching on, we have 9 over on Facebook. So that's great. That's a start. And that's on the Adventures for Connection channel. And then, of course, this will be our main channel here. So go ahead and post your questions in the live. We have Seraphina with us, and I'm going to let Seraphina introduce herself.
Hi, everybody. I am Seraphina. I'm a psychic medium. I'm a medical intuitive psychic surgeon. I'm also a development intuitive coach. And for me, this opening up these pathways to help people align to their higher self and be able to bring in the healing that you need from every aspect of your life, moving from childhood to now, is a great way to interconnect with ourselves.
Awesome. Yes, it is. And also my quantum teacher. So I've taken quantum with Sherry and certainly referred people to her, and just really blessed to have her here and show you guys some special magic that you too can do, and you too can learn about, so that you're focused on something that's really positive, not only healing for yourself, but you can help others. And so we talk a lot about energy in the chat, and that your job in this lifetime is really to manage your energy. And once your energy is managed and balanced, you can then go and help others more efficiently. And so Louis B will definitely get to your question. I am going to jump right in, though, so that we can get at it, so to speak. Yesterday we had a bit of a call, and I have 4 people that wanted to ask questions, and I'm going to go ahead with those questions first. And then we're going to jump in. So go ahead and place what you would like in here to ask for questions. Healing you would like. So just hit us with it. So this is, you can ask for the collective, but I'm just going to keep telling you it's part of the show. So I recommend you focus more on energy and what we can do for you today, because we are going to help shift your energy. And that is part of this call. Just by being here, we're going to give you some positive shifts, and there's nothing we can do that can harm or hurt you, just so you know.
Yeah. And as we go through this, like if you stay on for a little bit yet, I'll give you a technique that you can use just to kind of get yourself started. And then if you want to expand further, you can.
Yeah, absolutely. Hello, Delene. Yes. And Delene actually has the first question. So Delene and I have known each other for a while, and she's got a little bit of kidney failure that stemmed from diabetes. And the doctor tells her it's not going to get better. And I said, bullshit. And so what can she do? And so far we've given her, you need to get the wheat, the dairy out of your diet, which will help on that level. And then I said that you would tap in and offer what you could on that as well.
Absolutely. What I'm getting to is there's a component of sugar. Like make sure you're eating natural sugars and no refined sugar for right now. I feel like you can go back to that. There's some stuff from your childhood that's showing up for me. Because diabetes can go a couple of different ways. So it's too sweet or not sweet enough, how you look at yourself or how people look at you. The reference into diabetes itself, the name kind of explains what it is. So there's a lot of components I feel that you beat yourself up around from the time you were little. 5 years old comes in really strong across your jaw here of having to be quiet. There's also fear that shows up in here. My biggest thing is your pancreas and your spleen are kind of in battle with each other, which we create the insulin from there as well. There's this internal frustration that's going on with your kidneys. Even though you said, I feel like it's both kidneys, and they both store it very low in the kidneys. So if they look like this, you're storing it halfway. So I'm going to clean that up a little bit. I'm just going to move and shift some energy out of the spleen and the pancreas and up level this energy that's sitting in here. You're very stuck in this part here. And again, I'll agree in certain aspects. Just because they give you the diagnosis, like don't hold that you can shift all of this stuff. I've seen people make amazing shifts in their life where they have this and then it's gone. So step into what it is you want, not what you don't want. I'm going to do a little bit of a transplant for you as well to see if we can shift that kidney energy just a little bit more. You have this spider web effect going on in the chest. It kind of filters your fears and your insecurities outward. I feel like you're holding a secret, something from childhood. You might not remember it right now, but I feel like you've kept something quiet. This keeps coming in. I feel like nobody gets you either. Just going to do a kidney transplant. Let's see if we can just shift all of that energy. It's actually just going to release your lower back too, because you're holding a little bit of tension, and that should take that alleviation off of the kidneys themselves. I don't know if this is going to resonate with you. You can post it in the chat for yourself too, but I almost feel like there's doubt around your doctor who gave you this. I feel like you're just kind of, okay, going along with it. Okay. I feel like you need to switch out and go to somebody else for a second opinion. There you go. That feels better.
And as she's doing this, I just want to remind everyone that energy is not limited by the time and space, right? You don't need to be in the same room. We don't need to be. So once you have that connection with someone and someone opens up to you and asks a question, then you're allowed to do that exchange freely. So that's what's so beautiful about this. And it started for me in Reiki and then on with the quantum as well. And quantum's a whole other level.
I agree. Yeah. I'm finding a lot of people are leaving the Reiki to come into the quantum because they're like, holy crap, like I want that. So yeah, it's a nice pathway opening. You can take Reiki though. If that's what you're drawn to for beginner stuff, go for it. But if you want something a little bit different, come.
Yeah. Whatever you're drawn to. Yeah, absolutely.
So that feels much more expanded. There's lots of light coming in now. This is all clearing out. There's no heaviness in the chest. How are you feeling?
How are you doing, Delene? She just said heartbeat higher, but we'll give her a few minutes to go ahead and reply on how that's feeling and just keep us posted as we go through this. We have Lois B, who I also know is in a situation right now. Can you tell me anything about my older sisters and our situation? We are 50% owner of our family business, but my sisters locked me out of the company. She sued me, and she had a fall in December.
The fall was because it wasn't her true alignment. I feel like she's greedy, wants everything for herself. But I feel like that plays into her childhood, not yours, where it's like she always had to be the best. She had to have everything. I almost feel like it's better for you to take a step away instead of trying to chase something out of this. I feel like you're going to be at a deadlock. You can just send her love. I feel like that's the best response. Hey, I love you. I hope you're okay. Leave it at that. The more you chase into it, it just opens up those old patterns, which I don't think need to be there. There's a part of this that's not fair for her. I feel like you're out of that, but I feel like these other components, it's the not fair. I want it for myself. Your oldest sister, it feels like she was supposed to be an only child. So as soon as everyone else was born, it's like she had a hissy fit, which is quite normal. Some people grow out of that, some people don't. But it feels very much like, I didn't want siblings and I want this all for myself. So I feel like she's in this energy of, I need what's mine. The universe will show us those, again, falls or accidents or things when we push too hard against something that isn't meant for us. That's us stepping in our own way. So I feel like she does that quite often, trying to make it as though she's, the best. I am going to just shift something for you so that you can just basically, you choose to keep it or choose to let it go. And that'll shift your energy around. You're never going to please her. So you don't really need to try. But I am just going to bring this immense amount of love in for the two of you and let that open up however it may. And I would just ask that all the money that she's suing you for be returned to you tenfold. let it come back to you however it needs to.
Yeah, the sister's not even replying to her own lawyer at this point. She's like hiding at home, not showing up to the business.
I'll share a little bit. There's one of my clients too, and almost saying like she's got 2 step siblings. There's 4 of them on the other side who are legitimate siblings together, and the 2 sisters wanted everything and sued her for the house, the car, the everything else. And I said, don't fight anything. Just sit in love. And all of a sudden, everything started to collapse on their side, and they gave up everything. She's like, you sell the house, you can do this now. And I'm like, the more you sit in battle, the more it's not going to work out. Okay. Just sit in compassion and love. That's it.
Yeah, absolutely. And even for yourself, that Ho'oponopono meditation that I put in the Telegram group is a really good one to do to help shift the energy around it too, if you needed some guidance on that, Lois.
Yeah, so you've got the knife wound in the heart space from them. So I'm seeing like the 3 of swords. So you've got that coming in here, and then all of a sudden it's in the back as well. So stab me in the back, stab me in the chest. What am I supposed to do now? So this is all just being healed right now, so that their wounding has nothing to do with you, right? So now step out of that energy that says, oh, no, that's your story. I'm going to stand over here. The universe is going to provide everything I need. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Have fun.
Awesome. Yes. Just saying, if Delene replied, great. I can feel it better. Yeah. I could feel it in the areas you pointed out. Yes. About doctor trust. Perfect. So follow how you feel. So Delene, right? Follow how you feel about this doctor and what's going on for that. All right. Okay. So I'm going to make sure I stay this in line. El Lava, which is also Leaf on Telegram. Thank you for clarifying that, because I was like, I think that's her. Hi, I'm looking for insight into my throat constriction and tension, difficulty swallowing, related to injury or past life, or the injuries I've had.
Both. So how past lives work is, in this lifetime, when you're born, everything that you haven't healed from over there, those lessons that you still need to learn, will show up here until you stop them. So part of what you're dealing with is still past life related. So we can definitely take a look at that. So there is a past life where you were actually wounded. There's a throat thing that goes on right in here. It looks like you got an arrow to the throat, and then they slit you open to remove it, and then ended up making it a whole bunch worse. Your airway here looks weird to me because of that. It's almost like when the arrow entered, it went in straight, but then it kind of like it did this tear thing. So you're still holding the swelling and stuff from that life. You're also holding another one where somebody actually physically held you down by the throat to take advantage of you. So it's like you're afraid to speak up because someone's always got you here. And the more you speak your truth and the more you speak out things, it's almost like this is what happens when it closes up and you can't talk. So that's the pressure that things around you will put on you. So you're actually a Native American Indian with this arrow here. And you were caught doing something that you weren't supposed to with the tribal leader's daughter.
Sorry.
Naughty.
You gotta laugh at some things because that also helps to move energy.
Yeah. Sometimes that'll show like things that are, if you're intimate with somebody, if there's this hesitation around, that'll be from that as well.
Yeah.
There's a consequence if I do that, or there's a reaction if I do that.
Interesting. So fascinating.
Yeah. Just going to open up the throat and let go of that swelling in there. Looks like you've got some scar tissue in there as well. Almost like when you speak something and it feels like acid in your throat, that's what burns the inside that creates that swelling. So just clear it out. And part of this healing stuff for all of you guys, like most of our trauma started 0 to 7. We're just repeating those patterns as we go through life. Every single thing that you've endured every diagnosis, every disease, whether it's just, oh, this pain or, oh, this emotion, every single ounce of it can be healed. Everything. Don't let anyone tell you that it can't. There. How does that feel? That's open. There. Feels really good. This is opening up now. Swelling's going down.
And I happen to have a little more insider info on Leaf in regards to working with a homeopathic, and she's been writing out what's happened to her in her life, what events would have affected her body and mind. And so she's like, I'm at 9 and I've got 3 pages. Thanks, Leaf, for letting me share. And I said, yeah, and that's a good thing, because now you want to feel it and then release it, feel it and release it.
Yeah, bring in an immense amount of forgiveness for the situations. Yeah. Forgive the people and let it go. Forgive yourself. That's the biggest component that people don't want to do. They don't want to forgive themselves. They want to they think they're responsible for half of this stuff, and we are truly not.
No.
You're taking on that.
Yeah, that meditation is really good for that. Ho'oponopono. It's a beautiful meditation to run yourself through. And I even do it sometimes. I'm like, what's going on with this over here? And then I'll just toss it in. And it's a nice reset too.
Yeah. Yeah. I think a lot of people justify their parents' behaviors. And to me, you can justify all you want, but you're just taking on that energy as well. Don't justify what your parents didn't know or didn't do or didn't understand. It's not about that. Thanks for raising me. Move that out and let's do this, right? I forgive you for all of that nonsense, but I'm not willing to stand in that energy anymore.
Yeah. And we were talking about that the other day too, that, we don't necessarily, you don't have to stay with family. Go find your soul family. There's many of us that are stepped away from our regular family to work more on a soulful level. And it's not to say you can't still hang out with your family. Once you do your work, it is so easy to go and observe the family without absorbing anything. And that is such a magical place to be. I can't tell you. I've got it. It's so amazing. Yeah.
Yes. When I first started this journey, I had a couple come to see me. And if this is you, then maybe it's time to change this perspective. But I had a family and they had a young son. And they're like, we go to dinner at my in-laws' house and all they do is sit there and judge us and criticize us. And I said, and you stay. Why? Your son is watching you go, oh. Shrinking and protecting. And I said, why don't you just get up and walk out the door? And if they say, where are you going? Say, I don't want to be treated like this anymore. I'm out. Because you have to want better for yourself, right? It's the same with friendships. As we start this journey, we up level and people will, find their way out of your life. And when they're ready, they will rise to meet you every time. You do not need to lower yourself into any other timeline except your own.
Yeah.
Rise to your timeline. Rise to the higher self, the best version of you.
Yeah. And you have to remember that when you do that and you make that space, I've had lots of friends break up with me. I'm like, okay, this is your choice. It's not my choice. And then I keep resonating and then new people show up. And it's such a beautiful thing. So when you also have to make space for something new to come in. If your life is already full, there's no room for anything else. Yeah. So you will
allow the doors to close.
Allow the doors to close. And even though it might be scary and you might think you're going to be lonely, you're never alone. Ever.
No. And thank you for saying that, because that's one thing that I do say on Telegram or on TikTok all the time. If you are looking for a tribe that will accept you, I've got openings for everyone.
Yeah, right?
Like, always. Yeah.
Yeah,
we take here. The color of your skin doesn't matter. What you believe in doesn't matter. We'll take you. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So you're never alone. Yeah. And you're always surrounded by unconditional love. Absolutely. Okay, let's go with Monroe. You're next. Can you confirm that I have tapped into more than 15% of Akashic records live?
What does he mean by live?
Yeah, Monroe, can you explain that, what you mean by live? Well, you know what? Here, I know Monroe. So I believe I called Monroe a record keeper, Akashic, and just able to tap in and grab whatever's needed and is being shown visually as well. So I would say that you're 100% tapped into the records, in my opinion, because you can choose.
I feel like you are tapped in. I feel like there's only certain things they're showing you because it's almost like your time invested isn't enough. If you're a keeper, and and I'm only saying this because I am a keeper as well. If you are a keeper, ask them to show you more, because you're not tapping into what you can, the whole potential of what you can do. And it is a learning process. I'm learning stuff that I had no idea was possible. Like I can morph into other people. I can, go to different, I just unlocked this whole brand new space, which I didn't even know existed. And it's like so fast. So I feel like you're here, you're going to go like way up here. Like you've tapped in just to a small amount. And I just keep hearing like, keep going. Go take a look back at a lifetime in 1581. There's something there that's stopping you from like shifting some of this energy to be able to go up. I don't know. Your healing is very different than mine. So use some of your healing in there to be able to get you into that accelerated part. So you're learning more, but even adapting in more.
Is there anything you can do also for Monroe's shoulder? And that's coming from me because I happen to know. And does that have to do with that past life?
No, it doesn't.
Okay.
He holds on too tight to certain things and doesn't want to he does this.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll let it go today. No. It feels a little bit like shoulder, but more of it's coming in here, which is affecting up into that shoulder. This is actually quite tender on the back side of your arm. You could even rub your hand down there. You'll feel it's a little bit tender up in here. So it's coming in the backside, wrapping into here, into the scapula. A grandmother just stepped forward too. She's saying like it was hard for you when people pass. So it's like I feel like part of you wants to hold on to certain aspects. Here's something else you need to look at in your Akashic as well, is not being able to save everybody. So you should be able to do this much easier now. Come up into the scapula and just up in your scapula, you're holding on to an old teacher, someone who's taught you something, and it's like it doesn't resonate anymore, but you're still holding that person's energy. So I'm going to get rid of that as well. I feel like you struggled with it for a long time, bouncing back. Is this true? Is it not? Is it true? How does it resonate? Yeah, I'm just hearing let go. It doesn't need to resonate after a certain point.
No. And, Sammy and I had a great conversation the other night about keep questioning. Even though you believe something now to be true for you right now, that can also shift. So be allowed to be fluid. And as you go down the river on the waves, you can pick up pieces of information and they may serve you for some time, but it's okay to let them go again and move on. So, right, what's showing up for you, and then what can you release and let go of to allow more new things to come in?
So belief is something you've heard, seen, or adapted from somewhere else. I think is something that you've heard from somewhere else and you're just following suit. So really step into the truth. This is my truth. Here's my resonance. Why? Because something will be shown to show you that truth, right? So a lot of people are questioning like truthers and this and that. And for me, I'm just like, show me about Jesus. I just need to understand the rapture and all this stuff. And it'll be shown. And then I'm like, okay, show me the understanding of Jesus walking this earth. The moment I ask that, it's like some guy shows up and goes, so there's a Bible before this Bible, and Jesus married Mary Magdalene and had children. And I just went, I'm good. Thanks. Let's just move on.
Yeah,
right. So it's like, here, show me my truth of what I need. So everyone has their own perspective of things. And it's just stepping into the truth, not perspective.
Yeah, 100%. And your truth. Awesome. Okay. Cross 506. I had triple bypass surgery 6 years ago, and having arguments with doctor regarding meds she insists must have for the rest of my life. I take Rampril, supposedly to help against scar tissue buildup.
Yeah, so there is a component inside of you, backside of upper heart, right on this, it's opposite on here, but in the interior side of your heart right here, there's a little piece that sits behind there around, okay, what if I just don't do this, what she's telling me for the rest of my life? Is that going to change anything? And I would say, step into what you know, step into what you trust, and let go of her opinion. Go find somebody else who is in resonance with what you want. So homeopathic doctors, Chinese doctors, acupuncturists, find that group of people who are willing to oversee and step into what you want for yourself, as opposed to, right? Because we have to do what resonates. The more people do this chirpity chirp and it's not in resonance, it brings in self-doubt. So I'm just going to clear that out of the backside of your heart. I'm just going to open up. One little piece is caught in here as well. Like it's tender right in that pectoral muscle coming up into here, up into that artery. I just keep hearing they've got you anyways, like you're good. And I'm also hearing like always step in and love yourself 100%. Because the heart is all about love, right? You can take a broken heart and then change that to a well heart, and you can still create the broken heart after that. So it's about understanding relationships, how you love freely as opposed to conditionally, right? That I'm putting a condition on my love to you. I'm putting my condition, you hurt me in the past, I'm not going to let you hurt me again. That's the heartbreak, right?
Yeah. And would that be affecting his cholesterol as well, or is that a separate issue?
Cholesterol can be really related to the blood in how it moves through the body system as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So he's asking about that as well. So he's taking something. When I go off, it goes up around 4. So
yeah. So this feels like it's all related to a female of the past. I want to go back to like 10 years old. It feels like first of all, somebody died and that was traumatic for you. Like this is not supposed to happen to you. You're not supposed to go anywhere. So that stuck there. But there's something else around this 10-year-old mark where it's like, I feel like there's like a girl that you would have liked. And it's like, she didn't reciprocate. And it's like, your first crush or your first little, and it didn't go as according to plan. So I feel like you're still holding a little bit of that, because that pain that I had on that interior is still showing up there, pulling into that. So let's just go heal that, and let's see if we can just have that shift for you so that it's not going to be an issue.
Sorry, guys. When you do energy work, I just have a burp. You have to express it somehow, right? It's moving through my body, and it's often a burp. So don't mind us if we burp. And we are going through the chat, guys. Just so you know, I'm going in sequential order. I'm trying to grab the other comments, but you can put your questions in. We get about another hour and 15 that will be on here, maybe hour and a half if we squeak it. So, and anybody who's over on Facebook, come on over to Rumble. The link is there so that you can join in this chat, because I'm not going to try and manage both of them.
Yeah, I'm just going to go into your kidneys for a sec, just clear those out, just to help move that system a little bit too. I just would start stating that your cholesterol is in the perfect range, whatever that is. Because I had them tell me I needed cholesterol stuff, and I just went, you're off your rocker, because I eat healthy and I do this and I exercise. And I'm like, there's no freaking way. Your tests are off the beaten path that are not correct. So I just stopped listening to them, and I just intuitively give my body what it needs. I feel like you need more fruit. That is one thing I'm being pulled in, like peaches and oranges. And
remember, fruit is also the highest vibrational food, right? And then vegetables. So the more you have that in your diet, the more your body can repair itself. And then I always say this as well, but I'll say it again for those who haven't heard it. Intermittent fasting allows your cells to regenerate. Now, I'm not saying to go for days. I'm saying to start with adding 15 minutes a day before you break your fast. Always break your fast with fruit and then vegetables, and eat. If you cut out dairy and wheat and sugar, and you start eating more fruit as a natural sugar, and you start doing a little extension, you would be amazed how quickly your body can heal itself. But it needs the right tools. And then again, it'll shift your energy. Most people don't realize that what you eat can affect you. It can give you anxiety. It can give you depression. So it's like the biggest component. Your body is your avatar. And just like a car needing fuel, and you can't put diesel in a gas car. And that's kind of what we're doing with our food these days. Anything processed, gone, out. Yeah. Anything fast food, out. And the more you do this and you take control of your health, the more you're going to start to even tap into your own intuition, your own healing. Like this is the how it begins. And that's why I'm doing this for you guys. I'm here to help. But we don't want to always be your band-aid, right? We want you to empower yourselves. Empowerment is your choice. The sooner you choose empowerment, the sooner we can help to shift you.
And it's not being in control. Be the leader.
Yeah.
Control is not a good thing. Control is dementia, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's. So we want to step out of having to control and just lead the way.
Yeah, 100%. How does that make you feel? So every time you eat something, how does it make you feel? That's a real quick one for me.
Anything that makes you feel like crap, you won't eat it again.
Yeah, exactly. Absolutely.
There you go.
Awesome.
Feels
good. You guys can comment on how you're feeling 100%. Okay. Peacock Hughes asks, I often end up clenching my jaw and it can be very painful. It's particularly bad at the moment I recognize I'm making big life decisions. Are you able to help, please, Bernadette?
Yeah, it feels like the way you make decisions is actually what's creating that. So get out of your head. I just heard like write it down, pros, cons, whatever you want to do, to see it from a different perspective and be consciously aware of where you're breathing. If you're up in here, that's all fight or flight, which is like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. If you come down into your gut, even just by placing your hand on like just below your breastbone and just breathe that out, you'll be consciously aware of, okay, I need to relax. And then once you do that, every time you breathe, I relax my shoulders. And if you relax your shoulders, you relax your jaw. The one thing I'm just jumping into your body for a second. And the one thing I do notice is that this is off. Like it's almost like your head is off, but then your jaw is off. It looks like it's on a little bit of a slant here. So I'm just going to adjust it for you. So I'm going to get you to breathe. So if you can hear me, just take that breath and I'll just tap in with your breath. And I'm just going to adjust your neck. I'm going to bring you back into that balance point. That's better. So I'm just going to get you to open your jaw and close it. I'm going to adjust in this joint. Your body might not like this. Okay, just open and close again. Just open, close, open, close. How does that feel? Oh, so that even like right out.
Awesome. Yeah, it's pretty incredible. So I do know of somebody that Sherry went in and saved him from having an operation at the hospital. Yeah, Matthew. Okay, Blondie71 is looking for healing outside of my left shin, which is so painful. I have trouble walking. I've done acupuncture in the past, and it's helped for the short term.
Yeah, it's from a past life. So it looks like you tried to jump off a tractor and you actually broke your leg. So you're still holding that energy of the break. Because it looks like it cut through when you broke the bone. This might be a little bit graphic. So if you want to cover your ears and hum, go ahead. So when you broke your leg, it sliced everything on the outside. So you've got like blood spurting out of your leg and stuff. There's like an open wound. So it's my little one's like, yes. Sorry. This affects your blood pressure as well. I feel like your fluctuation in your blood pressure, like sometimes you'll feel lightheaded. I feel like your blood is watery too. So if you ever cut your finger, it's like it drips like a faucet. So all of that is related. And I also feel like you are compensating as well. So you're a little bit off kilter. It's like you compensate to the right. On here, it's going to go to the left, but going to boost up your blood as well because it feels very low. I would say like if they checked your hemoglobin, it'd be very low.
I have a question around the past life thing and bringing things forward with us.
Yeah.
So it's then in our consciousness, because it happened to us and we're aware of it, we carry that energy with us no matter what.
Yeah, something will happen in this life to recreate something in the same spot or similar.
Okay.
The event might change.
Okay. Okay. Thank you for clarifying.
But usually most people can relate inward. So if she like smucked her leg off something, but didn't break, if she didn't go to the doctors to see if it's actually fractured, like hairline fractures are very common for people. A lot of people who have headaches will actually have hairline fractures in their skull. And the moment you heal the hairline fracture, the headache's gone.
Awesome. And so people also understand, we say past lives, but really it's a different timeline more so.
Yeah, it's a parallel reality. So it's either, I reference Akashic just because I see it in a different way, but I can reference your parallels as well. It's no different.
Yeah.
So how does that feel? She can get up and walk. You can do a squat.
Yeah. Delene says, thank you for the healing. I feel you were spot on with the childhood feelings still being with me. Yeah.
Yeah, that's all gone now.
Yeah. Lava was saying, I was told that I may have been choked as a child. That was the neck one.
So that's gone. So try wearing a scarf in a couple of days.
Yeah.
Because most people who have had that won't put a scarf. You won't put it. Yeah.
Yeah. Monroe says, wow, thank you. Yeah. Cross says, I am female. Well, we're all male and female. Yeah. Oh, hello, soul treats. Hi, Michelle. Good to see you.
So if you're more masculine than feminine, that's where the male will show up super strong in people. Like I have a girl, like she's got twin girls, and I'm like, so your son? And she's like, no, they're girls. I'm like, I know, but like they are just so masculine. She's like, oh, they totally are. Yeah. So it's like tapping into the energy, right, of what you bring forward.
Yeah, absolutely.
If I offend you, I'm sorry.
No, there should be no offense taken. So Cross says, I felt a calm over me. That was the heart. Yeah. Peacock Hughes says, I feel better, a bit nauseous. Thank you. Sometimes when that energy moves, you will feel a bit nauseous. Yeah. Yeah. And so Lava, again with the neck, I forage and grow food sourced locally, but have a lot of indigestion and acid reflux. I get bad stomach aches when fasting. I've had so many injuries. Is there anything else I should know or focus on?
Remember that if you eat that all vegetable diet and your body's craving something else, eat that something else. So if it wants rice or pasta or something, sometimes being in the vegetarian, all that stuff is, for some people, it's not okay.
Yeah.
And I'll even, if I just lived on vegetables, my body would be weak. This I already know. I need substance in my diet, pasta or whatever. So I eat those things that I know my body needs. Do I crave it? Sometimes, but not often. I'll intuitively eat. But if you're like, I have to eat this, that can actually deplete you if that's not what you're supposed to be eating as well. So there's a few things showing up in your spine, very low, like lumbar is like, which is creating a little bit of this scoliosis coming in. I feel like you're pushed over to this I get that reference, over to the right. Your spine kind of comes down and goes this way as opposed to coming forward.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of stuff going on in your hips. You sit in the C formation where it's like, I got to protect myself. So these are all your accidents that have shown up. They said by design. So everything that's transpired to you is because it's like you're missing the bigger picture in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I'm just going to adjust your hips and stuff and get those back into alignment.
So what I would say for you, Leaf, I happen to know you may or may not have the capacity to do so now, but it would be good for you to take a quantum level 1 and learn how to heal and work on yourself. Just once we tap into the energy and you're attuned to it, that you can actually physically do most of this yourself. And that's why we're trying to empower people to learn themselves how to do this. Because then not only can you help yourself and get yourself to a good spot, then you can turn around and help others. We're not waiting on med beds. We are the med beds. We have this capacity to be able to do this. And so always looking externally for everything, we're just trying to spark a little fire in you, show you, look what can be done with this energy online across the world. Look what can be done. Now imagine if you had that for yourself all the time. So Just want to put that out
Yeah,
there.
I think more and more people are becoming, they want to be empowered. Like you hear about all this doctor and nurse stuff, and they're like, well, I want to take it into my own hands now. And this is why I stepped in. I'm like, I need to learn this. I had my own injury. I'm not shy to speak about it. Like I did a Tough Mudder race and I split this muscle. And you can actually feel it. Like if you can actually probably see
I can see it. I can see it.
Yeah. And so like I tried the Reiki and it didn't touch it. Like I couldn't lift a glass of water. I couldn't take my shirt off. So for me, I'm like, I need something that is strong enough to heal this. And there it was, learned psychic surgery within 2 days with like literally this much healing. I could actually use my arm. And after that, I was like, show me more. And this is where it all kind of blossomed from, was my own experience of I'm hurt and this isn't resonating. Give me what's going to resonate. And the more people that step in and go, okay, I want to learn this because I want to help myself. And then I've got my sister, my brother, my aunt, my cousin. Blah, blah, blah. Now it's worldwide. Do you still need that? No, we don't need that medical system anymore. You know, the reference for the medical system is they have tools that necessarily I don't. I see things in a different way, right? But what's very interesting is when you tap into that medical part, the medium part that allows us to see those medical things, I don't try to diagnose, but I'll reference this. I had a lady, she's got a pacemaker. And I said to her, I said, here's the code on your pacemaker. She laughed. And I'm like, your brother, your sister, your mom, and your niece all have pacemakers in order. So basically the stock is so old that they put these old pacemakers from 20 years ago into the human body, and then they fail. They don't work. And I said to her, I said, first of all, every blood test that they've run on your family is not conclusive because there's a fault with what they're looking at. And they would show me their blood tests. Every time they would go, I'm like, this is wrong. Something is wrong in the diagnosis. So the brother passed away, the mom passed away and came forward and said, I'm allergic to saffron. And he had eaten a cannoli the night that he died and it had saffron in it.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's about understanding every component of what shows up. This is connected to this is connected to that. And your pain that you feel in your body is only your secondary. The pain is not where it's coming from. Sorry to tell you that.
Yeah.
So,
what's the emotion behind the pain? Yeah.
Yeah. And where is it actually coming from? Because I've had people come on my lives on TikTok and be like, I have a shoulder problem. I'm like, oh, that's your jaw. I'll adjust the jaw. The shoulder pain goes away.
Yeah.
Right. They'll say, my elbow. I'll break their shoulder. And they're like, oh, I'm good. And their jaw just drops because they're like, what the hell just happened? Right. Yeah. So it's just stepping out of the way and allowing yourself to go through that portion of the healing for yourself to be able to help somebody else too.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. We've got 48 questions looming, so I'm going to speed this up a tiny bit, just so you know.
Get them super quick. Yep.
Yeah. So back to Lois, 4 marriages, 3 ended in divorce, 16 years single, on the 4th now, 9 years, but not really happy, although lots family stress over the family business. And then Lois and I have been talking about her sister on the side, and we're just wondering, how's she physically doing these days?
I feel like she's sitting in her story. So physically, she's still trying to work through her own mental capacity of what do I need? What do I want? What story do I want to live in? I still feel like she's in a pity party. And that's why I think they told you, like, just observe for right now. Send her those messages that say, I love you unconditionally, and leave it at that. Don't reply to her text, nothing. Just leave it at that.
She's not legally, she's not legally allowed to communicate with her. So, So
then
let's
send
let it go.
Energetically. I love you unconditionally.
Yeah.
Be done.
And then Lois, focus on what you do want. And you just tell that lawyer, well, I need results before I can pay you, the lawyer that you have. And then we're just going to leave that one alone.
Oh, lawyers are a fun thing right now for a lot of people who are in legal stuff. If they're not doing anything for you, say, here, we're going to court. You have this amount of time to get it ready or else I don't pay you.
Yeah. Perfect. Done. Perfect. Say that one more time so she hears it loud and clear.
Yeah. So they're working for you and they charge an obscene amount of money and say, look, you have to organize a court date. By this date, I want this to represent me in that case. And if you don't have it by then, I'm not paying you.
Yeah. So you have a right to turn around and put a contract on them. That's what she's saying. Like, I'm the client. You have not performed anything, but you want me to give you money? Like, that's not a fair exchange.
Yeah. They're actually scared. Lawyers are terrified. Oh, I have to go to court. Oh, well, that's what we pay you for. I'm still waiting for my divorce certificate. I messaged the lawyer and I'm like, so do you have that? She goes, oh, I'm going on leave. I'm like, that's great. I still would like that piece of paper that says.
Yeah, absolutely. CN 2020, can you tell me how to get rid of my asthma and allergies?
So asthma's related to like taking breath away. Your stuff is showing up past life. Brother sitting on your chest, bugging the shit out of you. I see him sitting on you and tickling you. Not being able to speak up for yourself to say no.
I just got, let it go. Let it go.
Yeah. You've got something going on in this left upper lung. So for me, I look at the lungs as 3 different sections: upper, lower, underneath, and then you have the back lung as well. Your upper lungs are like overused. So it's like you don't even take a deep breath anyways. So I'm just going to clear that out quick, and then I'm going to get you to take a big breath up here, and we're going to reset it. I'd be surprised if you need your inhalers ever again. I've done this on quite a few people. Stop letting people control you. Yours stems from mom. Afraid. Okay, just take a deep breath up into your lung. And when you can't take any more breath, take more. Hold as long as you can. And release when you're ready.
That felt good.
Yeah. And now just breathe in that upper chest, reset yourself, and then go down into your gut. Stay out of this lung. So you take up box breathing. 4 in, 4 hold, 4 out, 4 hold. And then when you get that really nice and comfortable, go to 5 and then 6, and you shouldn't even have an issue after that. As for the allergies, I feel like it does irritate the chest, but not as much as you're irritated by other people. Yeah, they're just saying go into the Akashic for that. So if you want to book a session, I would do that and get rid of that.
Perfect.
Allergies are really just irritations.
Yeah, you can book with Sherry up at the top for that. So just so you guys know, so today is an opportunity to do some work with you and let you feel and what can be done. And then if you feel you need more, feel free to reach out and then really think about taking a course, because that's the way of the future. Shazam, some days can't get motivated. I'm by myself and can't find friends to have fun. Usually by 4 p.m. I get motivated and go to the gym. I keep waiting for new earth. Yeah, it's the waiting.
You're already there.
Yeah, exactly.
You're already there. So you're still in COVID brain. It's like, I need to be home and I have to stay home. You need to start breaking that. Go look up a million other things to do in your community. I see like there's an event coming up in 3 to 4 weeks. You need to be involved in that. I also, my old faithful is go to meetups. The app Meetups has so many things in every community that you can go and meet like-minded people. If you're placing yourself on hold, that means you're waiting for things to happen for you. Not going to happen that way. Just go experience life. Go back to what makes you joyful. Pick 10 things and go do them one at a time. My list this summer is to go tree trekking. So find something in your area that you want to do and just put the call out. Say, who wants to come with me?
Is that the zip lines through the trees with the obstacle courses?
Yeah.
I love those.
Yeah, there's one in Burlington. I'm like, I gotta go do that this summer.
It's so much fun.
Yeah.
It certainly gets you thinking about your mind-body connection. That's for sure.
That's right. And it is connecting back to earth as well. Like that nature component, like get me more of that.
Yeah. Absolutely. Nature nurtures. Yeah. I was out there yesterday. Sea Breezy 7. I'm still getting over the flu from April 1st, but now I have reflux. What's going on? I'm in Florida, hot here.
Yeah. It's not the heat.
No.
It has, I feel like I'm going to say 4 days ago, but they're taking me back 6 as well. I feel like you drink some water or something and it you know how sometimes you swallow water and it ends up in a bubble and it comes down and it actually hurts. It's painful. I feel like yours is sitting there and it hasn't really just popped out yet. I'm just going to lower this for a second. Your breastbone right here is actually pushed out as well. So I'm going to break and reset this. It's not scary. You just have to breathe with me. We'll break it and reset it and open up that whole esophagus so that will stop. So just take a breath into your gut, out the chest. So release that. Put your hand on your belly if you need to. Breathe down into your gut for me. Oh, there you go. There you go. Good.
Awesome. Sandra 1957. I'm very tired all the time. I have lost 75 pounds, working on self to be better and more spiritual. I have indigestion a bit too. Obviously, any advice?
Yeah. So the more you go within and clear that stuff out, the more you're
Yeah.
going to lose the weight because you're not waiting for anything anymore. So you're shedding what you don't need. It's not a bad thing, but I almost feel like you need to bulk up a little bit, like start lifting soup cans or something just to keep you in a different kind of structure of muscle. Because I feel like you need to bring a little bit of that in. Yeah. I feel like your organs are shrinking as well back to where they should be. So that indigestion is it feels very normal.
Awesome. And Starshine 111, lots of sleep issues, lack of, and lots of lower GI issues. Also not recalling anything when while body finally sleeps. Really desire to be consciously aware on other levels. Used to recall and be aware clearly on dream levels in earlier years.
I think we reach a point in the spiritual growth where we stop trying to have those dreams and just let the experience come in when it needs to.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like when you were 2. Yeah, 2. I hear commotion in your house at 2 years old. I feel like you're in, it still looks like a crib of sorts, or it could be like a bed that's a crib conversion. I feel like there's commotion. And it's like this worry comes over you. So I feel like there's worry when you go to bed. So I'm gonna do some healing for this. But here's something that my guides have shown me that really is starting to work for a lot of people is before you step into your room at nighttime to go to bed, like before you cross the threshold, release whatever from your day that didn't serve you. Oh, I had a fight with my mom. I don't like that. I forgive her for that argument. I forgive myself for getting involved in that argument. The argument was silly. And forgive that, and then walk into your room and purge whatever you need to purge. And a lot of people are getting like really good night's sleeps. The other thing I will say is state how many hours of sleep you want, because we listen to so many people tell us that they have sleep issues that we will start to adapt into other people's words. And I've been playing around with this with my own clients. So like they'll come on and say, oh, I sleep this amount of hours, and then I'm up in the middle of the night, and then I'll mimic them. And I'm like, what the freak? So I'm like, nope, I sleep 9 hours a day. So I just state that over top and then remove the chitter chatter of those other things.
Awesome. And there's something to be said too about, and then having gratitude for what did go well that day. So you're going into bed with gratitude, right? Yep. Release and then gratitude. It's almost like you have to remember it's okay to have to release things. It's not a bad thing. I try and release them as when they're happening, I'm looking at it like, okay, what's going on here? What am I missing? What am I not observing? Right? I was at the dentist the other day and had an issue with the dentist, and I'm like, okay, what am I not observing? Oh, this is about all the trauma of the work I've had done in my mouth. And your mouth is really important. We were having a discussion about how the teeth are the last thing to break down when you pass and leave this body. And it was quite interesting because then the next day I have a Facebook friend send me a photo of me with my braces on and a big ass smile. And I'm like, I don't even talk to you or know you. And you send me this picture the day after I've been to the dentist. Thank you, universe. You just showed me that I've cleared it. Yes. And to have gratitude that I did have those braces to straighten my teeth.
Yeah. You can do oil pilling with coconut. I mean, there's so many ways that you can step in and create that great oral hygiene for yourself.
Absolutely. Yeah. And it doesn't hurt to relax your jaw once in a while. Whenever I'm thinking about it, I just take the tongue off the roof of the mouth for a little bit and just relax. Just let it go. Because I'm good for holding in here. That's my thing from driving so much and then on the computer. Yeah. So I have to work on releasing that. Oh, yeah. I'm holding that. Let go. And doing body scans through the day. It works really well, too. Kate Upson, could you please help me see a way forward? I have long-term adrenal fatigue and now I have low-functioning kidneys, I believe, plus a very sensitive system.
So they're just showing me you've lost the purpose of your own life. So create a goal for yourself. What brings you joy? What brings you gratitude? I almost feel like this whole adrenal fatigue and stuff like that, it is very much blood related, but it's also motivation related. Like if you're not willing to get up and move, you're telling your body to be still all the time, right? So if you think of like frozen shoulders and those things that happen in the body where everything ends up stuck and still, like there's people who can't move extremities because they're all like, it's like you're almost creating that for yourself where it says, okay, I'm tired. Well, what if you just told yourself, I have so much energy, I don't know what to do with it?
Yeah.
Right. Most people I talk to, they're like, oh, I'm going to do ayahuasca. I'm like, I think I'm on like crack cocaine half the time because I'm like,
yeah.
Right? So if I needed that, I would go to the ayahuasca. But, maybe I just need the boost up that says, I'm going to tell myself I have this and then I'll become that. So tell yourself, I'm motivated. I have so much energy. I don't know what to do with it. And watch what happens, right? Start telling yourself the positive structure that you want to step into.
And honestly, for me, even because it rains quite a bit here where I live through the winter, and if I just push myself out the door into nature, I'm happy out there. I'm happy when I get back. So you just have to remember sometimes it's just that getting past that tipping point, and instead of going back this way, you just got to push past it and then claim it.
Yeah. Well, again, the last 3 years, what have they told you? It's not okay
stay home.
Outside. Stay home. Don't talk to them. Don't hug. Don't kiss. Go hug somebody. Right?
Yeah. Even this morning's. Yeah, go ahead.
No, you go.
Even this morning with a painting client, he right away shot his hand out to shake my hand and goes, oh, I don't know if I can do that. I'm like, of course we can. Shook his hand. I said, I'm over it. That's all I said. I'm like, over it, and tossed it over my shoulder. Like, dude, just stop with it. Stop with it. Yeah.
Yeah.
The control is done. It's gone. Clear it, clear it, clear it. Okay.
Yeah. So you've got some aching coming out of that now. So, have a nice warm bath.
Ooh, yeah, with some salts in it and essential oils.
Put alfalfa in it too.
Ooh, really?
Clears parasites and stuff and detoxes it.
Oh, awesome.
More gallons, it helps with that.
Yep. So alfalfa powder?
You can use the pellets, apparently.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
People who have MS, it's good for that.
Yep. Okay. Cheryl's Rumble, I just need help. I know I'm not where I should be. Any advice for Cheryl?
Yeah, I feel like I'll give you till May. You can take till May to be in this blah or this plateau, because once May comes, you're going up. Like you have to step out of your own way of these paths. Everything is going to start to open up. I do feel like there's a move coming for you as well. That feels more towards the end of May. Feels like everything is happening really quick. So they're like, strap in. I got you in a race car. It's like, let's go. I feel like you do want more for yourself, but you get stuck in the how and the when and the why. Just surrender that over to the universe and let them take care of it. I do see a business change coming as well, but I feel like this affects more than just you. So I feel like there's a structure of people that would be involved in that, but I feel like it's an opening for something that you want to do. I feel like you've been led by others for so long, but it's your turn now. You also have a grandmother in spirit. She's got curly hair, kind of like salt and peppery, more towards the white side. She's showing me glasses, but I feel like she would lose them all the time or not wear them. I feel like she liked to bake. That's just a reference for you. But she's with you all the time. And she says, I'm ready to lead you to the gold. So I feel like you're always asking, where can I make this? Where can I do? It's all going to come. I have no doubt. But I would try this technique because this works kind of really well. I use it with my coaching clients. Is write down 10 things you want to experience and pull one thing off that list and go experience it. It keeps your brain focused on something just for you and allows your work stuff to stay here as work. At the end of the day, I decompress and I go about my day. Even stepping into like a Sunday. Sunday is my rest day. I'll teach on a Sunday if my guides say yes. Other than that, I usually don't. I don't work on a Sunday. It becomes my day for just me. So you can create that list of 10 things that says, okay, I'm doing this just for me. If somebody else wants to tag along, you're not doing it together. It's still independent. They're doing theirs. You're doing yours. I'm also hearing you need to meditate a little bit. Just sit still and sit quiet before you go to bed and release those things that you don't need.
Yeah. It's like a hamster wheel once you get that thought going and you can't get off of it. So, and writing it out and burning it is always a good way to release things, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
It might just be the little me that likes to burn things.
Well, the burn is the release of not having to bring it back. Once you think it and you write it, right? They teach you in school, like if you can't remember something, write it out, right? So when we remember it too well, too vividly, if we write it out and let it go, now it doesn't take up space anymore.
Yeah. Awesome. That was perfect. All right. Move forward. We got that. We got that. Donna Mail asks, actually, Joy first. 3 years ago, shingles hit me suddenly and hard. I'm still in much pain, but something else is going on. Sores up and down my spine that emit tiny, spiny things that are hard to get off. So painful. Tests say characteristics of lichen planus, but I think it's a parasite. All of it attacking.
So I'm going to ask this just because they told me something completely different. So is it only on the spine, or does it come in other places? And are they raised bumps?
Okay. All of it is attacking my right side. Yeah. Okay. So Joy, if you can answer that, please. Are they bumps? And is it more than just your spine? So Sherry's getting a different read on it.
Yours feels masculine to feminine. I got mom right away. You said right side. I usually don't reference like male to female and all that stuff. I got mom right away. There's like this internal battle of what mom says and what you do. But this is you as a child. It feels like there's a little bit of conflicting there.
So do you feel it's parasites as well?
You can definitely do a cleanse if you're.
Yeah, it would hurt, right?
Yeah, I get it more like in your vagina though, as opposed to like running through your body. Like a lot of stuff is concentrated down in the vagina. It's almost like people stealing away your like the feminine power, but almost like taken advantage of as well, like sexually. Someone has power over you. You've allowed someone to have that power over you. And that feels like 20s because it comes into this chest really badly. And if you take this area and you go right to the back, there's your spinal connection.
Yeah.
It's almost like you've created this thing around yourself that says, I'm not lovable. People won't love me. You weren't loved the way you wanted to be loved anyways. I feel like there was conditions attached to love. It's almost like these, the bumps on your spine. To me, it's almost like if you were to pop them, the stuff that would come out would be all the, I freaking hate you, and all that anger and all that venom that you've got would come out of those bubbles.
And you guys are all so welcome. I see all your thank yous. So yeah. Win gotcha. You don't have to suffer. And sometimes even saying I'm suffering and telling your story, you're staying connected to that energy of that suffering. So again, write it out, burn it. Now write out how you want to feel. Put that on your wall, post it up every time you walk by it. Stop for a minute and go, oh yeah, that feels so good to be in that space. It's how you can manifest stuff and then take a step towards it.
Yeah, you can do this technique if you want to release like internal emotions. So if you take a big deep breath right down to your gut and you hold it for as long as you can and think of one situation where you're still holding anger or frustration, you hate that person, whatever it is, hold it and just think of that emotion in your body turning into like flakes of dust or gold, whatever you want. Every time you breathe out, it comes with it.
Beautiful. Yeah. And those deep breaths too. We have more hairs on the bottom of our lungs than we do on the top. And we've been taught to shallow breathe, but when you start to breathe from your belly, you're going to find that you feel better, you have more energy, you're getting more oxygen. And so
we
that's
actually don't even need to breathe with our lungs, to be honest with you. Like that almighty, whatever that is, the universe, creator, whatever. When I was young, they told me, stop breathing in your chest. And I was like, okay, well, what do you mean? They're like, breathing in your gut. I'm like, oh. It took me a little bit, but I was like, oh, but I never breathe in my chest. I always breathe in my gut since I was little.
Yeah, I don't think about puffing my chest out. I think about like a blowfish from the belly. And who cares if your belly sticks out? I don't care what people think. I'm doing what's best for me.
Absolutely. It always has to be what's best for you. If it's not best for you, stop. Stop.
Yeah, absolutely.
If it feels shitty, that's ego coming in. And the ego is just your younger self wanting attention. That's the temper tantrum, right? People reference the ego. Oh, your ego's in control. Well, definitely. Your younger self didn't get love, so go give it some love.
Yeah. Yeah, there's so much teaching we can do. I'm looking forward to it. We're having fun and playing. And we're doing an Egypt trip together. Yes.
So excited.
We were chatting about it before this. Yeah. Donna L. Mail, I feel very powerful, yet very blocked. It's extremely frustrating. I want to burst out of my veil or block.
Well, I feel like you stepped into it and nothing showed up for you tangible to do outward. So you blocked yourself. People sometimes do it because they wait too long. So I'm just going to open it. They're showing me you as a life in about the 16, 15. Same thing. More towards childhood though. Oh, I have all these great gifts. I don't know what to do with it. And then I'm like, oh, don't do that. You shouldn't do that. You shouldn't do that. So then you don't. So I feel like this has to do with like confidence and bringing it outward.
Yeah. I don't care what somebody else's opinion of me is none of my business. I don't give a crap what somebody else thinks of me because I can't control how they feel. So why would I manipulate who I am to be accepted by somebody else? That's enough of that. You step into your power and you watch things shift. It's beautiful.
Yeah. And take in what's showing up for you to work on. So, and Tanya and I were talking about this before we came on. I had to go through my jealousy. Oh, you have all these followers. Oh, you have that. Oh, I want that. Oh, but why isn't it happening? Hold on a second. I offer something different than what you do. Right. Yeah. So I had to work nothing against them, has nothing to do with them. It has everything to do with why I'm jealous that they have that extra following and I don't. I've worked through it. I'm not jealous of them anymore. I'm just so grateful that I got to see that for myself.
Yeah.
So anytime and
anytime an emotion comes up like that, like, why do I feel this way? And then you get to look at something is showing up for you. Everything is happening for you, not to you, right? Everything is happening for you to show you. You've attracted it in some way or set it up before you came in to learn these lessons.
Yeah. Ask for those lessons. When I went to Egypt last year, that was what I said. I said, show me everything that I need to clear before I leave Egypt. And did it show up? But I was so grateful. All my magic came in. I saw things I never thought I'd ever see. Yeah. It was amazing.
Yeah. Egypt is amazing. Egypt is like an activation point, guys. It's amazing.
Yeah. Hopefully you guys will join us.
Yeah, exactly. Junior 53, what is wrong with my knee?
So it looks like your kneecap is off center. You're out and over to the exterior. So I'm going to do it this way. So you're forward and then you're to the exterior part of your body. So it's almost like it's not supporting you fully. And it looks like the front part of your kneecap here, it looks like there's a small, tiny fracture, and that's allowing the disc in between the MCL to kind of shift around a little bit. So now you're compensating because it's showing up in your ankle and your leg is actually shorter on that side because you compensated so much. It is coming in from past life. It looks like you were in a soccer accident. So you could probably find yourself on the internet. It looks like you were a soccer player for the Italian team. Just take a deep breath for me. I'm just going to shift that back. It's funny to watch their bodies react in mine. He's like, like that whole, oh my gosh. So I'm just going to fix the bone there that's broke. And then you have one ligament that runs down the exterior as well. That's like spaghetti. So we'll just tighten everything up in that knee so that it supports you better. Yeah, because that's pulling right down your calf, right into your ankle. So it's like your ankle's overcompensating. There, just do a squat and you'll feel it. I literally just did almost the exact same thing on another guy. He's like, holy crap, feels better.
Awesome.
There you go. Feels good?
Awesome. Thank you.
There, it just cracked out there.
Good. Nancy, Create 88. Can you see anything blocking me from my gifts coming in or what my gifts are?
Well, I just heard your higher self said you don't want them. So there's part of you that's scared to bring it in for yourself, even though you do have them. It's like there's part of you that sits in this little bit of fear. If I tell myself I can't do it. You just keep hearing like you don't want anyone to be disappointed in you.
You don't care what anyone thinks. It's a learning curve. Yeah.
I feel like there's a religious component attached to this. Catholic Church component. Not, if not this life, then from past life before this one. So I'm just going to take all that out. Definitely up in the throat with that as well. So in your past life before this one, you actually called out, I think like priest or bishop, you called him out for being an asshole.
Awesome.
This isn't true. Yeah. Good job.
Yeah.
But it got you in trouble. It brings in that. Sorry, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say on that note, yeah. So I was taken out in one lifetime. My throat was stepped on over a rock because they didn't like what I was saying because I was moving people from religion to spirituality. So, and here I am again, full force. Let's go, guys. Yeah. And do you see what her gifts might be?
Yeah, claircognizance is going to be strong for you. You'll come into the clairvoyance for sure. I actually see you doing a little bit of muscle stuff like kinesiology, but you don't need to take a class for it. Just really start to sit and tap in. I feel like you're feeling stuff just all open up. Like I've got goosebumps everywhere on my arms. So your feeling of how to feel things from other people, and don't confuse that with empathic. That is, to me, that's a money-making thing. We all possess that. Just let it go at the end of the day. But I feel like for you, like step in and start feeling, what do I feel from this person? What do I get from this person? Because you can read any moment in time of any person, right? So you can like pull up pictures off the internet and read that person with those energies, but really start tapping into what I know as opposed to, I can see this. Start with the cognizance first and you'll see that open. The cognizance is just as good as the clairvoyance. So, and you can take a class if you feel drawn.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Marshall, I'm just going to say Marshall, I'm doing the numbers. I'm so depressed trying to understand, don't want to get out of bed, cry at the drop of a hat, feel so alone. We're right here with you. We're come to hang out. Yeah. Follow both of us. We're online quite a bit if you need some support that way as well.
Yeah, you're actually holding on to the death of somebody.
That's why I'm breathing out slowly and longly. Let it go.
This person who died like changed the whole direction of your life. It's like, oh, hold on. Yeah. So let's just put you back on the right pathway. You hold a lot of grief in your gut, especially below your belly button is very distended in there.
Yeah. So
Just change your job too.
There you go. Yeah. People don't realize how much work that spending so much time in a situation that is not resonating with you is not possible. I am very grateful that I have always been self-employed. So I've worked for a couple other people, but I've always ran their business. So I was never ever like, you need to do it this way, and then different things going on. I was always able to take care of that, so to speak.
Well, any job that can pay you, you can do it for yourself and get paid for yourself.
Exactly. Yeah, it's just a different way of thinking. Yeah, and putting yourself out there and manifesting it. Yep. Liz Stars, I've been doing fasting for the last 5 months, but I didn't know about the fruit. So I should have fruit to break my fasting? Up to you. Use discernment, and does it resonate with you? How would you feel if you ate fruit first? It's going to give you more energy. It's going to give you a quick boost of energy and give your body nutrients right away. That works for me. I'm not going to say everyone should do it. It's what resonates for you.
I feel like when you come out of your fast, you're a little bit low. Like everything in your body looks depleted. So you can do a fast for how many days you want, but it's the fuel you're going to put in it to kickstart it.
Yeah.
Like I just heard like don't eat anything heavy. No pasta, no potatoes. Yeah.
Yeah. And she's having lower back, no back issues. I actually feel better, but still having problems with my back.
Yeah, it'll shift out.
Yeah.
Do a stretch over. So stand up and bend over like you're going to touch the floor and let your body do it for you. And then come back up nice and slow. And that'll open up all that vertebrae because you're stuck. That's all.
Yeah, movement's important. I've really been enjoying Pilates, yoga, and Qigong of all things, which I think is really fun, pushing and playing with that energy in a different way. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And I used to be hardcore physical, go. And it's like, nope, not anymore. Mostly because when I wake up in the morning, I feel like I did a full workout from whatever I'm doing at night. And I was like, oh, I don't need to work out.
Right. I find if you want more like pick up and go in the morning, again, you can have half a squeezed orange juice, but I do my gratitude before I get out of bed. I talk to my body, ask it, become grateful for every aspect. I have so much energy when I get out of bed.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, absolutely. There's lots of ways to make this happen. ACJAC1, I have bad lower spine problems, had L5 disc removal. Now spine getting worse, moving into lower bowel pain. Is this just my body regretting the surgery or my spine getting worse?
No, your body is basically pissed off at you.
Yeah, I would think so. I don't want to take anything out of my body.
No, we don't need to.
Yeah.
They convince you to do it. So I'm just going to do a little bit different of a technique. So I just need you to sit up as straight as you can. So don't lean forward and don't like recline back. Just sit up as straight as you can. And I want you to push your butt out the back so that you have that nice curvature. And as straight as you can. Like don't become rigid with it.
That's why I like to, before I go to sleep, I do this run down my body and definitely feeling everything and letting it relax. And then in the morning, same what Seraphina was saying is to activate your body. So, cells, let's go. It's time to go. Let's party today, right? Let's rejuvenate. Let's have a great time. And so you can think about your spine and it being fluid and flexible, right? And that would feel, that feels really good. So set your intentions with it.
It feels much better.
Good. LTTT3, connective tissue disorder. Keep spraining, unable to walk. Yeah.
It's actually coming from your right shoulder. You take on too much responsibility, not only for yourself, but I feel like there's a brother or someone you would consider a brother in this mix as well. You'll do everything for that person, support them, help them. I'm at your beck and call. And you got to stop that. They're too reliant and too dependent on you. And even if that's your son, step back a little bit. Let them have that experience.
Yeah, 100%. And thank you, Soul Treats, for posting the link for Seraphina's class. Thank you. Appreciate it. It's hard for me to do everything at once.
Thank you, beautiful. I appreciate you.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and El Lava goes back to, yeah, I've always hated anything around my neck. Yeah. Yeah. Good.
Okay.
And Blondie71 says it's pretty much gone, which is great. She says she has left hip pain too. Is there a little tweak we can do on that?
There you go.
Yeah. All right. Humble 4321. My husband has memories from past lives. As of late, had two come to him, one being very aggressive. He feels like it's Nordic. Can you shed on any light on this for him?
Yeah. So I feel like it's just like watching his temper. Watch the things that you're reacting to. I'm being shown like set out on voyage. I'm also being shown like people not listening to him. So there's a part of this where he likes control, and that actually shows up in his right hip as well, between the top of the hip and right into the center of the butt cheek. There's actually nerves and tendons that run down right in the middle. So yours is very tender just below that upper hip bone, where it's like a lot of people are a pain in your ass. And that's what shows up. It's like, I got to be able to control everything. And when I can't, people are a pain to me. So in that past life too, like I see your whole crew and there's this young boy there. I almost feel like he is your son and he was just a big pain then too. It's like, why didn't you just stay home? Why didn't you just stay over there then if you didn't want to do this? So it's like, watch your temper, watch the things that come in. I'm just going to heal that between you and this young boy. Yeah, it looks like your back right hip kind of sticks out a little bit too far. It's this way you're like, if this is your hip bone, it's supposed to come out from your body on both sides like this, equal. Yours on the right side kind of like tilts to the back.
Awesome. Yes, whenever emotions are coming up, we want to get to what's behind that emotion. And you can ask, ask and journal even. Because often when you're journaling, you're giving your brain something to do, and it'll allow messages to come through maybe in a different way, right? Or whatever pops into your head is what you're supposed to hear or write down. Yeah.
Watch where you say, like, you get on my nerve, because that's that part that runs through your butt.
Yeah, right?
Feels much better.
Yeah. H-Lab, I had 2 plates and 13 screws in my left leg in 2015. I fell on the ice 6 weeks ago. It feels better, but there seems to be a lot of inflammation in it still.
Yeah. So basically you reset your body from whatever happened prior. So you know how they say, like, sometimes you'll bump your head and get amnesia and you bump it again and you're fine? That's basically what she did to her body.
Yeah, we could take care of some inflammation. We'll send you some on that. So other things that take care of inflammation: cold, ice bath, cold ocean.
Get out of your head.
And get out of your head. Yeah, focus on something else. You could probably also, again, have a bath as well, which would help. So that the cold-hot temperature switch change is really good for inflammation. Amy Lynch, as an empath, I'm having extreme wave of sadness and I'm having this most difficult time transmuting. I have used all my tools and nothing is working. Please, assistance would be a blessing. First
and foremost, I love you. I do. I love you. Please stop calling yourself an empathic.
Yeah.
So you have to remember, I'll use this very kindly.
Yeah.
And it is with kindness. When we buy into certain things where people tell us things and you take that on as truth, you become what that is, right? So again, if they're telling you you're empathic and you're like, okay, I'll take that on, because yes, all those things resonate with me. The thing is that that's part of your clairs. The being able to feel other people is part of your clairs. So if you disconnect from the people's energy and give it back at the end of the day, you're no longer empathic, right? You're not that empathic. You are, I have empathy for you. I can empathize with you. So first thing I want you to do is just close your eyes for a second. And I want you to disconnect from your female friends. You have 3 of them who are very chatty, very needy. I just want you to ask where their energy is showing up on your body. You feel it? So I disconnect this energy and send it back to Mother Earth. And everybody, you guys can all do this if you want to.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then you can say, okay, please show me where I'm holding energy from my mom and dad on, in, around my body. Kidneys. I disconnect that energy because that's not mine. I take it back to Mother Earth. So we're just going to ask, please show me whose energy is sitting in my throat. And please disconnect it and send it back to Mother Earth. See, your body is clearing itself out now. You're not holding on to the energy of somebody else's emotion or problem because you were told to, because that's what you're defining as. Define yourself as a light being. If that resonates more than I'm this empath, I'm a light being.
Yeah.
Because now you're not bringing in the definition.
Yeah. And that goes for any definition you're given. Just don't take it on for fact. Observe it. Oh, interesting. You think that. Right? Yeah. Does it resonate with me instead of embracing it and taking it on? Also, a lot of empathic people try and rescue others, and we're not there to rescue anyone, but as you can hold space for them. Everyone needs to feel and go through what they need to go through. If you're trying to rescue them, then you're setting yourself up for them constantly coming to you to recharge themselves. And that's very, very draining.
Yeah. In your etheric field, you're actually holding onto something with grandma. So I took that out, almost like skipping rope, like play with me, play with me, play with me. So you're holding on to that. I need that innocence. I need that childlike. I need to belong. I need to fit in. This is where people who define as that need to bring all of those people to them. And then it backfires. So start defining yourself as what you truly want to be.
Awesome. CN20 reports back in. I've had many blows to my head. Also, a father would hit us on the head. Husband beat my head. 3 accidents. Whiplash work injury to my left side of my forehead. It's 4 years later, and I'm finally free. Yay. Good.
Congratulations.
That's wonderful news. Thank you. Yeah.
That's your own empowerment. That set you free.
Yeah. And being the work you did on her too. Hello, my name is Pam. I'm having ringing sound in both my ears. What does this mean? Also, light at night coming out of my body. What does this mean?
Yay! That means you're a freaking awesome being. Yeah. So light coming out of your body is you're basically healing in nighttime. So that you are that light being anyways, right? So if you get to see and experience your own light, that's freaking awesome. And you can see that. Take that in. Just ask it to keep clearing out whatever's stuck so that you can just emit more. The more we radiate out, the more people are drawn to us, which then we can help. Yeah. I feel like you're going to start to have clairvoyant stuff come in very strong for you. So just don't be afraid. Just ask, show me what I need to see. And you'll start to see what this means with that body. You also astral travel at nighttime, which means your soul leaves your body and goes and does things and then comes back. You're very much with Ashtar Command. So I can see you up and working with him in the nighttime.
Awesome. Yeah. All right. So I'm just going to say right now, we are not going to get to everyone. So we're going to run through this list. Those of you replying and sharing, we appreciate it. And I'll let Sherry go in and look at this chat later and reply as she wishes. So I'm just going to run through these again, even faster than I did before.
Yeah.
All right. Cindy, 65Q. I feel pretty good despite having a stroke 2 years ago. Some minor pains. Is there anything I should be aware of?
Yeah, you still feel just a little bit blocked at the back of your head. So I would say do a little bit of rotational exercises with your head. So if this is home, up, down, left, right. Start opening up the channel of energy. It feels a little bit blocked at the back of your neck. So I'm just opening that up for you to help you.
Okay, perfect. Give me truth 121. I have nightly headaches. I wake up with them every day. My ears ring almost all the time. I don't sleep well. I awake at 4 a.m. for no reason. Oh, it's not for no reason.
It's not for no reason.
Never for no reason.
Yeah. Show me what I need to know about waking up at this time. Give me the information so I can go back to bed quietly. The thing is, you need a new pillow or you need 2 pillows. Like I sleep with 2 to keep my neck and my shoulders at the right level. The pillows that we sometimes use, they get outdated or too flub. So they're saying you need to change your pillow. This is why it's all kind of stemming in there. So I'm just going to adjust your neck, but definitely go check out some new pillows.
Awesome. Teeny Sam, I just got on the channel. I don't know what you're asking, but I've lost both my children, my son in January of this year, my daughter in April of 2014.
Yeah, they're standing right beside you.
Yeah, they're always with you, love. Yeah, you can
When
talk
they pass,
to them.
yeah, when they pass, they just walk right to us because heaven is 3 feet off the floor. They can't go anywhere. They're with us. There's a pixel that stays with every person they've ever met. You hold a lot of grief of not being alone without them. So I'm just going to relieve the guilt and then ask them to come in, touch me, give me a hug, show me that, and then start talking to them. Set a place for them at the table. They're like, I'll join you. So they're wanting to come in and communicate. I feel like they're already doing things and you're not noticing. I feel like one of them moves like pictures and stuff, and you're like, oh, well, I didn't put that there. Well, that's them. They're playing around with you. You can play games with them. They love all of that. They're tricksters. Like they do stuff you don't even know. Like I've had spirits say that they've tripped people down sidewalks and like they're fun. You know?
Yeah. Yeah. So, hide keys, move things.
Yeah.
Move money. Yeah.
Oh yeah. They'll make things disappear because they don't like to do things. If you're not supposed to go to your car, they'll hide your keys from you so you can't go.
Exactly. Feel stuck, no weight loss when working out, trying to stay positive, manifest better job to come. It's trying to stay in higher vibration I'm finding hard.
Yeah. So first thing about weight loss, it's about how you feel about what you look like first and foremost. So you're not going to lose any weight. If you're thinking I got to lose it, you're going to find it back again. So I just actually posted this on TikTok. Easiest way to lose weight is to put yourself as that end result. So if you want to be a size 6, say I'm a size 6 and watch what shows up for you to start to lose that weight, right? We don't want to state I want to lose the weight because usually if I lose it, it has to find its way back to me. So we don't want to lose anything. We want to understand what we're not paying attention to our body as. And I went through it too. Like I gained 85 pounds with my daughter and I was like, I went to the gym for 14 days and I went, I didn't lose anything. I'm not coming here anymore. And then all of a sudden I went, hold on, how can I make the quickest, fastest change for myself? I started off with 5 crunches and 5 squats. And I worked my way up to 200 each every single day. I went from a size 12 to a size 3. And I did the ultimate body wrap in between. I don't even know if it's still available, but drink lots of water. That will make an impact on your body. Start doing mirror work. I love everything about my body. Start from head to toe, inside and out. I love this. I hate this. Oh, how can I change this? How can I do this? And it'll all show up for you.
Yeah, absolutely. Beautiful. Cherub, I had a laparotomy and I'm not healing. I'm doing everything my surgeon tells me. I need to heal before I can start radiation. I know why you're not healing. Because you need the radiation.
This has to do with the breast, correct? Lumpectomy?
Yeah, lumpectomy. Yeah.
Yeah, it's connected to your mom. So the reason why this showed up in the first place was connected to your mom. There's a lot of things with mom and grandma. Mom has the issue with grandma. You have the issue. And I also feel like there's a friend connected to this as well. So that's why it showed up. I really would reconsider what you think you need. Ask to be shown what it is you can take as a natural as opposed to that. Because if you truly don't need it, then I wouldn't step into it.
Quite often, yeah. I need to heal before I can start. So that last sentence, rethink that sentence. Is your body doing this to stop you from having that? Because there's a reason why.
Yeah, put yourself in that end result. My body is in immaculate condition. All my cells have regenerated. My breast tissue is growing. Like stay that healthy breast tissue behind the pectoral.
Yeah.
Some people feel like they need to go down that journey to have this removed or whatever. That's your choice.
Yeah.
That journey should lead you deeper within.
Yeah.
Right? What is it you're not healing between? Your mom keeps showing up like massively.
Shazam says, thank you for my reading, but I'm feeling something is blocking me. I've not had friends since high school, stuck in a cult for 20 plus years. I never did COVID. I do errands, but never fun things unless and then it's cut off. So it's up to you to take that action to get out and connect with people. If you're not going to, nobody's going to come knock on the door and say, hey, can we be friends? So we're going to go back to what we originally said was get yourself out there to do things. And I'm really sorry about the cult thing. That's a tough one to pop through for sure. But you're already on the other side and I can see you making friends.
Yeah. Can you forgive yourself for being in that?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You're choosing to keep yourself stuck. We talk about, on my TikToks, we talk about like black magic, white magic. We talk about curses and all those things. Remember, those are just words. You're living in that cycle of your words that says, I was this and I was involved in this. So,
yeah. Okay. So we'll move on. Gboyd738. Hi, I feel like I get strange heartbeat once in a while. Should I be concerned? This is your body giving you a signal.
Yeah, it's almost like a fear. It's like a fear trigger. Coming in from past life, though, you watched your friend commit suicide off the side of a cliff.
Ouch. Because she believes you have evil in your life. Kitten. Hi, girls. I'm definitely lost. Do you think I have evil in my life? If you believe you have evil in your life, you're going to have evil in your life.
Let go of the people that don't resonate with you anymore. I feel like you're here and you're still trying to bring yourself down to everybody else's thing.
Yeah.
Move up here and just say, rise to meet me.
Yeah, absolutely.
You have to remember, evil doesn't really exist. Hell doesn't exist. Everyone can talk about hell, but there is no such thing as Satan. There's no
hell's
such thing
in
as
here. It's how you treat yourself and put yourself and what you do to yourself that you believe. Yeah.
Most of us live our hell on earth until we realize that we need to step out of that.
Yes. So
I want to explain this because I think this will add some clarity to a lot of you guys. So, and again, this is all from my guides, and I literally teach this all the time. So before you come here, you look at your contract and say, okay, I'm willing to experience all of this shit, right? Okay, so page 24 says, I'll use the other girl again. I'm joining a cult. I'm going to live in that cult for years. And oh my gosh. Yeah. Okay. Page 76 says, I'm done with that. Okay. So basically you said, even though this was supposed to continue, you're like, nope, this is done. So sometimes we have to get to the point where it's like, I'm done with that. I don't want to go back to that. Right. And you'll be tested on it to see what you're going to do. So from that point forward, now you get to decide, oh, okay, I'm done with that. So the next thing will show up. Okay, lack of money. I don't have money. Okay, hold on. You're going to work on that until you've cleared that and be like, that's enough. So you now have the power to manifest anything you want because you're no longer willing to sit in that energy that says, oh, well, this happened to me and oh, that. Forgive yourself and move past that.
Yeah. That's going to go for several of these questions on here. Okay. Yep. Tony's asking, I have back pain and sciatic nerve pain. I have a prolapse disc and rubs against my sciatic nerve. And will it repair or do I need surgery?
Stop letting people walk all over you. You will cave to everything. Oh, okay. No more. I'm going to stand in my strength. I'm going to stand in my power and my foundation. I'm going to say yes to the things I want to and no to everything else. Yeah.
And Kitten, I typed in for you. He's not evil. Just, everyone thinks, so now you've labeled him. I'm dating a Mason. So, oh, he must be evil. Oh, he could be No, he's not. Most Masons don't even know what has happened. Like, no, he's just with a tribe. Thank you.
Here's what happens with that. So you guys have a loving relationship in the very beginning, and all of a sudden you get this nugget planted in your head that they're bad. So all you're doing is pulling yourself apart from this person who loves you with all of these things that you think, right? Remember what I said at the beginning? Think is something you've witnessed, heard, or something from somewhere else. So let go of all that and let him show you how good he is and go based off who he is, not what you hear.
Yeah, absolutely. Marshall replies, and my mom lived with me and died. Yeah, that's a heavy one for sure. And it's not nice that you were able to spend that time with her. Yeah.
She's right beside you. She just gave me all goosebumps. He's like, I'm here. She's fun.
Miss Penny, I just woke up and see these beautiful women on. Are these lovely ladies gifting their healing love to people? Yes.
So much love to you. Give you some dolphin energy.
Yeah. And I love the Miss Penny. Miss Penny. um, all right. Quitting smoking after many years. Need to help to not self-sabotage, please.
Yeah. So good food, water, and start, like I write with chalk on my walls. Start stepping into that. Write things that are positive on your walls with chalk or post-it notes, whatever you want, and just have that reminder so that you don't sabotage. The sabotage is just showing up as the ego. So that's the inner child who wants that nurture, that love. Okay, what do I need to know about this? Why is it showing up? What do I need to do with it? Do I really feel this way? No. Okay, so can I love myself, forgive myself? Yes. Okay, let it go.
Yeah.
And that'll get less and less. The sabotage is very real, and we all go through it, right? We doubt the creator. We doubt that there's something bigger. And when you step out of that, it's like, holy crap, there it is.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what Egypt did for me, that whole opening. Lenarmar, I just had breast implants removed. I had many symptoms that ail me. I had mostly my right hand is weak and my legs hurt, mostly right knee and feet ache.
Yeah, I feel like there's so I feel like where your implant was, it was good, but it feels like now that they've taken him out, it's almost like it needs to restructure and get stronger. I'd almost like to see you like do some cardio. And I don't want you to overexert yourself and go run like 10 miles and be like, okay, I wish it. No. I want to see you just build up your heart rate, go up and down the stairs a few times and get those parts of your body actually moving. They feel just so stuck in that circulatory system. That's all it feels like. I'm just opening things that are stuck there for you just to get that energy moving. Yeah. And that one that you're feeling is connected into your knee very much.
Beautiful. Yeah. Yeah, Cheryl, you can follow Seraphina. The links are at the top. You can follow me. And if you can't afford to do a course, we're going to teach you eventually how to manifest doing it, right? It's backwards on here. It's like weird. Like, wait a minute. We're really here to help empower yourselves. This is the whole point of me doing this. You know, volunteering our time to help you to understand you are the most powerful being. Because when the whole collective starts to shift, we're going to move so much faster in the direction we want. When we stop watching a show that's going on or having these beliefs that we've been programmed to believe, literally programmed, like from school and work and parents, once we release that and step up into our power, we then lift and rise and bring others with us. And that's what we're doing here. And we want to teach you how to do it too, because we're on a mission.
Yeah.
We're on a mission from God.
I do so much stuff for free. Like, yeah.
So just follow. Yeah, absolutely. And you guys all helping it out in here is beautiful. Awesome. All right. Da-da-da. Yeah. You should invite us to sit for dinner with us. Oh, yeah. So Teeny Sam invited her kids to sit with dinner tonight.
Amazing. Let them wrap you in their love as well. Just because they're on the other side doesn't mean they're not there.
Yeah, I talk to my dad all the time. Yeah. I talk to my dad all the time.
My mom shows up with a cigarette. I'm like, you can stay, but the smoke's got to go. Like, yeah. But she's amazing. We've never had that, and having her with me all the time is kind of like, it's fun.
Awesome. Yeah. That's beautiful. Pedal Gotcha. Hi, beautiful spirits. How can I help heal my right knee?
I feel like there's a component of your knee that's related to money and advancement. So I feel like start manifesting the money you need to come in so that you feel okay. There's a little bit of this sieve effect that happens. So for me, sieve is money comes in, money goes out. And it's like, oh, I don't have two dimes to run together. So part of that is past programming. I feel like you grew up with a little bit of that. I think parents hoarded the money and told you they didn't have any. So you're holding that structure in your knee that creates a wobbly foundation on certain things that you want.
Yeah, absolutely. You're welcome, CrossFit 506. Absolutely. Yeah, keep following. We'll get on here again. Cherub, I started taking turkey tail mushrooms. That's awesome. Perfect.
You need to add ginger to your diet.
There you go. Yeah.
Only if you want to.
Yeah. I'm taking lion's mane tincture right now. And I just take it, when I'm called to. Literally, and that and Shijalite. That's always been. So I go through taking something and I'm like, okay, what else do I need? So I don't constantly take the same thing. I rotate them through, and I'm just what I'm called to. I have a whole little tincture addiction going on, let's call it, but it's a very good addiction to have.
Yeah, I don't take any of that stuff. The
No.
way that I see it is, if Jesus walked this earth and was
Yeah.
healthy, what do we need to be
Yeah.
putting in our body that's healthy? So if you choose the
Yeah.
tincture, take it. I don't do supplements. I don't do vitamins. I think that
Yeah.
whole industry is corrupt as hell.
Absolutely.
Same with the whole
Yeah.
organic thing. I was at the grocery store and I said
Yep.
to this guy, I'm like, what's the difference between the organic banana and the banana? He goes, oh, they taste so much better. The girl behind him who was stocking the produce was laughing. I'm like, it's the same freaking banana. Like,
Yeah.
how do you separate an organic tree from a banana tree? Hold on, I went to the center of the
Exactly.
jungle to pick this one.
Yeah. I like the tinctures because I felt I was cleaning heavy metals out by taking the minerals, which are from Earth, right? That we're not getting enough sometimes in our food. So you take what resonates with you. And Seraphina, you're really good about doing the whole. It's all just here.
Yeah,
And
I
we can all
literally
do
eat as
that.
healthy as I cut all sugar out of my diet. I eat a few chocolate chips here and there, like in certain products that I like. Other than that, like I don't eat chocolate bars, no chips, none of that stuff. And that's just from moving through some of my programs and stuff that I offer, is to get that stuff out of my diet. You know, people who want to quit smoking or vaping, I've got programs for those things to get you off alcohol done. Like I haven't done any of that in years. No juice, none of that. So the more you clean out your body of those things, the more you understand what it is what you're stepping into. And people ask me all the time, like, can you do this work and drink and smoke and do drugs and all that? Honestly, it's your choice. I don't really care what you do. You live the life you want to live. I just choose not to do it because I know how high I vibrate without it.
Yeah, exactly. So these things were all done to dampen our vibration. Everything they could to suppress us really how powerful we are. And here we are. We're now all stepping into our power in the here and now. Can we? We're good on the chat. I don't know why it was saying 90 when I guess it was 90 total. So phew, I was like, oh. But I would love to take it the last few minutes we've got and just chat about this manifestation and what ways do you set for manifesting something that you want?
Yep. So first and foremost, the thing I have done for the past 4 years or so is ask, believe, receive. So for me, that is a structure I have literally just stepped into by accident. So it's ask for what you want, get the details written of what you want. Believe that you can have it. And I know the belief part for some people is kind of hard because they're not used to believing in anything. Now, we talked about the belief, the truth, and all that stuff before. This is a different kind of belief, right? So that belief comes from, I know that I can start here and end up here, right? The physical lie becomes the spiritual truth. That's a belief, right? There isn't anything attached to it. I don't need someone to tell me their story of it. I don't need someone to tell me where it's coming from.
Yeah.
So therefore, my belief that I'm putting it to is all of mine. So that's my truth, right? And then receive. I receive this now. It's kind of like, you rub the magic lamp and it's like, okay, genie, I want this. And poof, there it is. That's where that comes from. So when I manifest, I literally have a book that I keep at my desk. And if I'm like, oh, I'd like this, I just now received this. I will go into a visualization of what that looks like. And then I become so joyous and giddy and I hold that giddiness. And Tanya, I'm always giddy. I'm always excited. Yeah. That's holding that resonance of what I want all the time. Yeah. So once you understand how to surrender, and I know this is a hard one for people too, because they always feel like they need to control the how and the when and the why and who's going to do it and blah, blah, blah. If you let all that go and just say, think of it as you being at the beach. On the beach, I can write in the sand and the wave comes along and takes it away. Well, the writing is not there anymore, but that joy of having that can still be there. And so that's how I manifest everything that I have. So I've manifested houses. I've manifested 3 brand new cars. Money is super, super simple for me to manifest because to me, it's just an exchange of money. So if you're open, I'd like to do a little bit of an exercise with everybody.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that they can understand the resonance of understanding money. So just close your eyes for a second and just hold out one hand in your mind's eye. And you can hold it out as a physical as well. I just want you to take a breath. Just release that nice and gently. And I'm going to place $50,000 in your hand. So it feels kind of heavy, all those stacks of cash. How does it make you feel? Ooh, what would $50,000 do for you? Feels good, right? Oh my gosh, that would help so much. Oh, it would ease that financial burden, right? Oh, yeah. Okay, that feels good. Okay, so I'm going to take that $50,000 away and I'm going to give you $5. Yeah. How does the $5 feel? How does that feel? Okay. So I'm going to take away the $5 and I'm going to give you back the 50,000. Oh, yeah, there you go. Uh-huh.
I love it.
Okay. So now open your eyes and come back. And I'm not going to tell you anything yet. How did they feel to you? Between both, how did it feel? You tell me.
Yeah. We'll give you guys a couple of minutes to type in the chat your answer, please. And then Marshall's asking about his pineal gland. He has a belief around it being calcified.
That's basically you just saying I don't have it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah,
That's
just
what I
let that
got
go. Yeah. So how did the $50,000 feel opposed to the $5?
The same.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it's understanding that 10 cents is the same vibration as 50 million. The biggest thing that stops people is the belief that says, I can't have that. So most people, what happens is they'll say, oh, I want $1 million. Yeah, take $1 million. And they never get it. And the reason why they don't is because they're not in the frequency or resonance to the money. So what I usually recommend for people, especially when I teach manifestation, is to start small. $10 shows up like that. $20. Okay, $100. Oh, I need money for this. There it is. Oh, I need to pay my rent. Oh, there it is. Right? So if you start off small, what happens is you learn to let go very easily, right? We almost need to see it to believe it, most people. So playing games with it. And I do remember one weekend we had homework with my coach. And he said to us, I need you to manifest $1,500. And I'm like, yeah, sure, no problem. That was on a Friday. Sunday afternoon rolled around and I went, oh my gosh, I didn't do my homework. And I'm sitting on the couch reading my book and I'm like, oh shit. Okay, quick, like scribble down. I made a check and oh yeah. Within seconds, I had all the money. So the other way that you can do this is you can write an abundance check. So they're little checks that you can find online. Okay, so this is my abundance check, right? This is the secret one. And you literally just write down what you want. So you put your name, the date is now, how much do you want? What do you want it for? I find if you attach something to it, for most people, it's like, oh, I'm so grateful for that. And the money usually shows up for everything you need. So it's about doing what resonates for you. You can do the quantum jump as well. That's on my TikTok. There's a video. You could do it with water. And it's understanding where you are to where you want to be. Okay, I want $50,000. Okay, there you go. But the more you let go of what you're asking for, visualize it, get excited, stay in this. Yay! I'm so excited. I have this money. Yay! I'm buying this. It shows up. I literally manifested. I just bought a brand new truck and I manifested showing up within 3 days. And it's a 4 to 12 month wait for Toyotas. 3 days. Mine picked it up a week and a half later with a check paid in full.
Yeah. Awesome.
So anything that you want, just start putting it out to the universe. I'll take this. And I think I'm going to reference part of Bible stuff only because I've watched a show and I don't read scripture or anything. But in this movie or this series, it shows you if you only have this and you need more, it's literally just about asking for it. Thank you. I'm so grateful for you providing this for me. I'm so in gratitude that I have this. And you watch what shows up. It's more than you'll ever expect.
I just got goosebumps all over on that one. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. And just so you guys know, like I was a carpenter before this. I had finished school in 2017 to be a level 1 carpenter. I ran my own company. My son worked with me on the odd jobs. I was making $35 an hour and I thought it was the cat's meow. And then all of a sudden Spirit said, no, we want you to go over here. And I'm like, what? Okay. So I was running both companies and they said, we need you to come over here and do the spiritual stuff full time. And I'm like, okay. I made $27,000 my first 6 months of that year. By stepping in and just allowing the universe to provide for me, my food, my clothing, my mortgage, I made 6 figures. And that's not to float my boat and tell you that I'm better. I don't think I'm better than I walk side by side with everybody. Yeah. But that surrender component that says, I'm not afraid. I'll do whatever you ask me to do to serve you.
Yeah.
This is what I need. And everything just showed up after that.
Yeah. It's that letting go of the control of that you have to control what's going to happen. It's surrendering. And that's what I did in Egypt. I used rods to travel all around Egypt and let them guide me. I'm like, whatever you need me to do, I'm here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're not in control of anything. You've predetermined this whole visit to Earth before you were here, but you can change every aspect of it. So if you hate your situation, if you are stuck in a cycle and a pattern that you hate, stop it. Stop it.
Yeah, you're manifesting. So words are spelling, you're manifesting by doing that. The more you tell your story. So that's why I always say, become the observer and observe what you're saying and what you're thinking, because that tells you where you're at, and catch yourself and turn it. Like if I have a thought I didn't like and I don't have them really anymore, I would flick them. Oh no, that's not my reality. Ping.
Yeah.
Out of here.
So when I teach manifestation, these are some of the words that are no-nos. So start moving get a pen really quick or type in your phone. Able. Take that out of your vocabulary. I'm able. Of course you are. That's why you're here. You're able-bodied. You get going. Try. The word try is a pattern that keeps you stuck in a loop like this. It never allows you to go up because you're going to try. So say, I now master everything. I master this. I master that. Because what happens is then you complete that cycle. And then you can decide for yourself, right? Same with taking things that you never finish.
Yeah.
I take it, I don't finish it because, oh my gosh, and oh my God. No, stop that. I master this and then step out, right? Don't reference what the problem is. When you're manifesting, oh, I need this much money for that. No, thank you. I'm so grateful for this. Thank you for providing this. You'll get it much faster.
Right.
So watch the words you're using.
Perfect. We have time for one last question. Hardy had a fall 12 years ago, left the hip issue, mostly when lying down to sleep. Left hip issue, sorry. Also ears ringing for a very long time. Thank you for all you do.
Yeah, so your ears is your guides. They've been trying to come in for a while. You're just not high. They can only come down so far. Right? Depending on who they are, they can't, it's like you have to rise to meet them. Remember I said at the beginning, if you're rising up, people have to rise to meet you. It's no different than your guide. So just sit with yourself for a few minutes and just start calling in that energy and say, please quiet this. The more you focus on the ringing, the more louder it gets.
Oh, so absolutely. Yeah. I just don't focus. Yeah. And then every time it rings louder and I'm somewhere, I get this like, okay, pay attention. What am I supposed to pay? Like I observe more. All right. What am I supposed to pay attention to? Open my awareness. Am I missing something?
Yeah. I'm just going to break your hip because it's actually in the wrong spot. So just take a deep breath. Look like you had a pinched nerve in there as well. So that's all done.
Yes, Mean Maz, your children will speak to you again. Will it be this year, next year? Really, hell yes, for next year, maybe towards the end of this year. Okay. And just keep manifesting again. How would it feel? And send them love.
I'm so grateful my children talk to me with deep conversations. Oh, yeah, they're just lovingly. So kind and compassionate.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what? You guys. That's the biggest thing is we don't talk. We don't want to talk to people. My daughter and I were having a little thing. She was trying to help me with my show. And all of a sudden it was like, okay, no, the producer has a say. And she was upset. And I said, honey, I appreciate everything you just did. So we got in the car, we went for a drive. I said, you know what? We need to change our communication because we're butting heads instead of supporting each other. And all of a sudden everything changed. Our relationship is amazing. Yeah. So you can change that too for yourself.
Yeah. And I've always had an amazing relationship with my daughter. And I'll explain quickly why. Because I always got down to her level. I always spoke to her like she understood. I never used small words to make her smaller. I never went running over when she fell down. I let her get up and come to me because she needs to assess. Do I need, right? If she needs me, she's going to come running over. I'm close by, right? But instead of helicoptering over her, oh my God, you hurt yourself, right? And I've always shared all my beliefs, all of this learning with her. all of this opening with her. She's really struggled the last couple of years due to COVID and due to not getting along with kids her age. And now she's coming out of it. And I can see she's like, I'm so glad I know all of this now. I'm like, yes, that's exactly why I let you go through it. I didn't try and rescue her. That was like the hardest thing for me, was just to keep holding space for her and holding my own vibration so I could support her. Yeah. Yeah. Glad you guys enjoyed. Everyone loved us.
Thank you so much for having me on. I'm so grateful to meet all of you guys.
Yeah. We'll get to chat here in the back studio for a minute, but sending everyone lots of love. Have an amazing day. Have an amazing week. Go manifest what you want. You are so powerful.
Thank you.
And we're just going to close the chat and then end. Bye, guys.